if I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home, when I'm home.
AEW Dynamite, a special edition on Saturday, August 22nd, 2020. Start off with Private Party versus FTR with Tully Blanchard in their corner. And there are rumors that there is going to be an AEW version of the Four Horsemen. So, does that include FTR and Sean Spears with one more guy to be, you know, added? Because I think Tully Blanchard is going to probably be acting like the role of JJ Dillon, right? So he's a manager. We need four guys, four horsemen. We'll see. And I had said that in the past, and they come to fruition. Now, Private Party still look a bit rough, but Matt Hardy's influence and tutelage seems to be working. But a Goodnight Express, or the Shadow Machine, which I prefer to call it, and FTR win and move to 6-0, and they are the number one ranked team right now in AEW. Now, John Moxley has some words for MJF. Then MJF, sporting a neck brace, rebuts Mox's words and actions last week. And he is looking to get the Paradigm Shift banned, even as his lawyer present. And Moxley has to sign it. And he's asking him what does he have to lose, or why does he really need one move to get to beat Moxley? I mean to beat MJF. And that one girl, what's that girl's name? The one that doesn't smile, and he has to yell at her smiling. And then we have a serious situation here where MJF is serious, crying, all that stuff, acting pretty much. And then she's there smiling like a damn, I don't know, it's just creepy. Like, why do those guys, those creepy dolls that just look at you and stare and smile, creeping you out. But there's that, and they're going to have their championship match All Out September the 5th in 2 weeks. Now, an 8-man tag match. Jurassic Express and the Natural Nightmares versus Lucha Bros and the Butcher and the Blade. And in the end, Jungle Boy pins the Blade for the win for his team. That match was a mess. It was all over the place. I didn't like it. And I think that when they have multi-person tag matches and stuff, it looks like a mess now. Butcher and Blade and the Lucha Bros clashed, and it caused them to match. Eddie Kingston comes out and talks to Lucha Bros and the Blade and Butcher, and talks to them about being on the same page. He knows them from the Indies, and he says that they're better than that. They're the top teams, but they won't they won't win if they keep, at it like that. They have to work together, and they could be a winning combination. So is this a new faction? And we'll see. Britt Baker recruits Penelope Ford, promises her a year's supply but a year's free dental work, and she even throws in a Rebel or Reba or whatever her name is this week to give Penelope Ford free makeup. Do her makeup free for a year, and she can't resist. And Penelope Ford does take her up on her offer to join her team in order to get rid of Big Swole. Get her in a handicap match. Tony Schiavone interviews Orange Cassidy, but Jericho's music hits. Jericho congratulates Cassidy on beating him. Only 3 losses since October, and one of them is to Orange Cassidy. He asks for a third match, the proverbial rubber match, and it's a Mimosa Mayhem match. 80 gallons of OJ mixed with 500 cases of the bubbly. And you win the match by pinfall submission or being thrown into the mimosa mix. Now, does Cassidy accept? Well, with a slight thumbs up, He does, and the match is on. Then the Inner Circle come out to give him a toast. But of course, it's a setup, and they end up attacking Orange Cassidy and Best Friends. Gets rid of them, and they proceed to pour bubbly all over Orange Cassidy. He's upside down or pouring down his down his nose when he's upside down. I mean, they could have drowned the guy because you can do that now, but you see Orange Cassidy kind of moving his head to the side, so probably didn't go all the way down his nose. Kind of dangerous there, but they got what they wanted, and they pretty much beat him down. And their match is going to be at All Out. So now we go to another multi-man tag match. 3, 4, and 5 from the Dark Order versus the Elite, Omega and the Young Bucks, who come out to the corny-ass, weak music, entrance music. I hate that. Elite. Be elite. It's fucking hokey. Corny as fuck. Hate that song. It's the worst thing I've ever heard. And speaking of the match, what am I watching? A circus act? I mean, the Bucks just do all these moves that just amount to all flash and no substance. Like, yeah, tag teams they string together offensive moves. They do it. It's like Jim Cornette said, and I've said this in the past in my videos, that he says that these guys just look like they're not trying to make the moves effective. They just want to put the moves out there and look all good and look all pretty and put a bow on it and all that stuff. And it's just like, it doesn't look like anything. It just looks like they're just out there performing a circus act. No, there's some flips and flops and all this stuff, And another thing, why do I keep hearing Chewbacca in the audience? Oh, you keep hearing somebody do it. I'm thinking, who is this idiot? It's like they got their own version of Eric Bugenhagen from NXT. Right? And I know that that's the dude that's always loud in the NXT, during the NXT programming. And there's a guy here that's just as loud, obnoxious. I don't know who the hell it is. Now, Omega in the end gets the pin. And does Omega have hemophilia or something like that, or something to where he bruises easily? After a match, you see bruises, and they don't look like regular bruises. They look like something that happens because blood doesn't clot well. I mean, I don't know how that goes, but I've heard that if hemophilia gets that, or what is that? Is that, or is it hemophilia, or I forget? But it's just like I was looking at him. I'm going, is he bruising? What's going on with his his body and stuff? He wasn't getting hit with kendo sticks or anything like that, or anything like that. But I don't know what the hell, Now, Alex Marvez, Mr. Deer caught in the headlights. Like interviews Tully and FTR. That guy just looks like, I don't know, he looks like he's just not used to the camera. It's like if he sees a light from the camera, there's a look on his face. Now, FTR is the #1 ranked tag team in the weight, the winner of the tag team gauntlet match. And whoever wins will go on to All Out to battle for the tag titles. The way he was explaining it, I think that they're in the damn tournament, but then they're the #1 ranked team. And something like Alex Marvez was saying. The other two teams, 4 teams. They're gonna have just 2 matches, right? A match per 2 tag team matches, right? And then whoever wins that match will face each other. And then whoever the team is left standing, they go on take on FTR. I think that's how it goes. But I don't know. I'd rather see FTR go against Omega and Page and then beat them. Remember what Tully said? Tully goes that you're not the best unless you have the goal. So that is the goal of the FTR, and the reason why they have Tully is because he's the best. One half of the greatest tag teams ever in the Brainbusters with Arn Anderson. Now, Darby Allin versus Will House. And then how about this? Great referees go unnoticed. And I didn't notice Mike Chioda. What are you talking about, JR? Just retire already. You make that he made that analogy like great referees go unnoticed. And I didn't notice Mike Chioda. Like, how do you not notice Mike Chioda? One of the most recognizable referees in WWE, senior referee there. He just says things that are so out there. Understand what he's talking about sometimes. Most of the time, really. Now, Darby hits the coffin drop and he gets the pin. I mean, the big guy, he's big, this real house dude. He ain't shit. He didn't do nothing. Going up against a guy who's probably the size of like one half of his body or one of his legs. And it's just like, and then the guy couldn't beat Darby Allin. Now, Taz goes in and then he says that they got a new Taz, member for for Team Taz, and it's Ricky Starks and Darby's face paint attire. And Taz is laughing and trying to sell the awfulness of Ricky Starks' promo. He was awful. He can't cut a promo to save his life. And then Darby Allin is attacked by Brian Cage. And they end up dismantling him and pretty much telling him that Ricky Starks tells him that life ain't a joke, but you won. Now, the very interesting thing here, Thunder Rosa, the NWA Women's Champ, is after Sheila's title at All Out. She says she's only here and at the pay-per-view. The one thing that is to get her title. So we'll see. That I've heard of Thunder Rosa. I've never seen her before, but to see her for the first time on August the 5th. Now, up next is the finals for the Women's Tag Team Cup. And Shaul Guerrero, who is the daughter of Vicky Guerrero and the late, great Eddie Guerrero, is the ring announcer. And it's nice seeing Eddie and Vicky's daughter. She was in FCW and a little bit of NXT. So I've seen her there, and she was really great. I'm glad that she's back in wrestling, but she's not a wrestler. She's like an announcer, even announces for, I believe, an MMA promotion or something like that. Is it? Yeah, something like that. But yeah, she's there, and she did a great job of commentating. I mean, not commentating, but announcing. And I watched this match, the Women's Tag Team Cup Finals, and I'm pulling for Ivelisse and Diamante, who face the Nightmare Sisters, Brandy Rose and what's her name? Allie, right? Now they do pull off the victory and win the cup to Ivelisse and Diamante, but this match was really crap, and it was a letdown. Because Diamante and Ivelisse, if they can't pull something out of Allie and Brandy, and Allie and Brandy, even Brandy surprised me here. She has some good moves in there. She shows that she can wrestle, but even though I said, hey, this match is a letdown, but I really wasn't expecting much. Then Medusa, Alundra Blaze in WWE, she presents the trophy, and both Ivelisse and Diamante, they represented flowers. You threw them down. They got their flags, showed them the Mexican flags, and pretty much that's all they cared about. They didn't care about the pomp and circumstance. They pretty much said, give us the damn trophies. We're the winners. Now, I don't know what this means. Is there going to be tag team titles attached to this some later on? But that's what they said, but you probably wouldn't have did it here, right? So you think that it was the finals, they would have it at All Out, and then present them not only with a trophy, but be surprised them with belts. I mean, they don't have that many females, I don't think, for a division. If they did, and put everybody in tag teams, you would have only how much you have here. How much did they have started off with? Because I didn't watch the tournament, because I don't watch Dark, because I don't have time to watch Dark, the AEW Dark. And I think they started out with 10 teams maybe. So I don't know if they would even have enough for a tag team division. Now, up next is the main event. That's the TNT title match. Cody versus Mr. Brodie Lee of the Dark Order. And that finished. TNT belt looks really great. I love the design. The gold that they added, the gold plating, really just that was the touch that they needed. And they were waiting on it for some time. due to the whole coronavirus thing, so it was delayed. And it's a good thing that they finally got it because the belt was really good. Now, this match is all Mr. Brodie Lee. He is dominating Cody and using his power and weight advantage. Then Mr. Brodie Lee hits the discus lariat and pins Cody, who got no offense. And a little bit of here, a little bit there, but he was no match. I don't know what it was. Did they want him to be squashed? Did Cody say, as an executive VP for AEW, said, I'm going to give him a really strong victory, so I'm going to let him go over me. Which, if he did that, goes to show that he's an unselfish person. People thinking that, he crowned himself the first ever TNT champion. He's using his executive vice president, clout there, his little pool that he has. But I don't think Cody's like that. I think he's a guy who's very generous, and he grew up in the business. He knows his dad wouldn't go for that. He's going to use something for his advantage like that. Now, that was a crazy finish, and it was unexpected. And he goes on to say, in being interviewed by Tony Schiavone, Mr. Brodie Lee says that power and say-so comes with the TNT title. And then we see Cody being carted off in a stretcher. The Dark Order take out the coach, Arn Anderson, and proceed to dismantle Cody and the Nightmare's family. They're all laid out, and then Brandy comes in and shields Cody, but then Anna Jay, because Cody, Mr. Brodie Lee or any of the guys, they're not going to do nothing to Brandy. And then he tells, pretty much just nods to Anna Jay, and Anna Jay chokes out Brandy Rhodes. And in the dark satchel that Mr. Brodie Lee hit Cody with earlier, about a minute ago, before, it was the remnants of the old unfinished belt, the TNT belt, when they didn't have the gold plating on it. It was cut up, and he just poured it all over Cody Rhodes as he lay on the floor with a neck brace. He got pulled off the gurney and beat down and shit. And then he says, "Here you go. I told you I was going to return it to you." And well, that's my video. And for those of you who stopped by and checked out my channel, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.